Allen gets the second in, and he exits for Ethan Tyne. 65-55. Trinidad State walks it up with their leading scorer, Demore Pritchett. He has 22 tonight. Pritchett gives the ball off, drops the ball off underneath the hoop. Manning Sharif, his two won't go, and Ethan Tyne comes away with the rebound. Tyne tosses it off to Keith Davis, who runs the floor. Ball tipped out of his hands. He chases it down near corner and rains it in from downtown. Keith Davis with 16 since halftime matches the game high with 22. Is that the spark the Planesmen needed? Down 7, 65-58. Top of the key, Donovan Kane drives right side of the lane. High off the window, it tips, won't go. Sharif misses his first putback, not his second, and is fouled on his second putback. So the and one for Manning Sharif. On the third foul on Ethan Carter, who's been held to just 1 point since halftime after scoring 10 in the first half. Manning Sharif, the and one to try and get the lead back to 10. He does, knocking it in. Ball will walk into the front court. Keith Davis drives in. Are they giving the defensive foul or are they going offensive? Officials converge and won the call. Donovan Kane with his third foul. Keith now with 24, a chance for 25 and to get his team within 7. He comes up short on the and one, and Manning Sharif comes away with his 8th rebound of the game. And he finds out in front to Ray Fulcher, who was not ready for the basketball and took an extra step. That is traveling. So gives the Planesman the basketball back. Planesman looking to come from behind and off ball. We had a foul on Kenny Black-Knox. I believe he grabbed a hold of Parker Davis on a screen and tried to drag him with him. That is foul number 9 on Trinidad State. So Parker Davis to the line, 1 and 1. He rattles it in. Parker with 6, his first of the second half, so he gets the second. He's up. He's good. So Parker Davis buries both. Eddie Trinkle uses a 30-second timeout. He will have 2 left. Trinidad State has 2 remaining with 6:35 to go in our second half. Sterling Health Foods is still open and still in the business of your best health, and they'll keep you healthy all year long with all the supplements and an affordable rewards plan south of Sterling on Highway 6. Northeastern Plainsmen have trailed by as many as 12. They led 2-0, then gave up a 9-0 run, and as the Region 9 South regular season champs, they've not led since that 2-0 mark 25 seconds into the contest. Trojans inbound, Plainsman full court pressure. Ball will be brought into the front court for the Trojans by Demarius Taylor. Taylor gives it off to Manning Sharif on the far side. Backdoor feed and Dodge Davis attempting to block the shot of Dylan Almueno. Fouled him and will put him on the line. 2 shots, 7th team foul, so we're to the bonus now. First free throw up and no good from Dylan Almueno. Second doesn't go either, so empty on the possession for Trinidad State. NJC still down 68-62, 6:15 to go in the second half. Ethan Carter hands it off to Keese Davis near the top of the key. Keese whistles it across to Ethan Tyne. Quick entry into Dodge Davis. Dodge into Sharif, kicks out to Parker, top of the key. Parker drives in, Sharif gets in the air, and he'll earn a trip to the line. Foul number 10 on Trinidad State, just 2 on Manning Sharif, but we're double bonus the remaining 6 minutes of this game at the line for NJC, where they've already been a lot this evening. 15 of 25, 16 of 26 as Parker Davis knocks in the first. Second goes as well. Planesman back within 4, 68-64. Trinidad State keeping Demore Pritchett on the floor. Pritchett with 22, but only has 4 since halftime. Pritchett covered by Parker Davis. On to the far side, 3 for Demarius Taylor, lips around. Parker Davis down with the rebound. He will bring it up the floor himself. Parker, pass to Dodge and then Keese. On the Penny logo, he drives left side, right to the window, knocks it in. Keese Davis continuing a monstrous second half. 20 since halftime. NJC is within 2. And a Trinidad State timeout with 5:24 remaining. The Trojans should just have 1 left off that timeout. It is a 30, I believe. This is a 30 as well. Planesman trailed by 11. They're on a 9-0 run, and Keese Davis has been the biggest swath of it. 22 in the second half. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14, 17, 20 in the second half. 26 for the game. Trinidad State trying to get Teray Fulcher onto the floor, but Fulcher did not come to the table to check in during the timeout. So Demarius Taylor has to remain on as the point guard for Trinidad State. You're listening to Region 9 quarterfinal basketball action on 94.5 The Ranch KCGC Marino. Taylor, covered by Keese Davis, walks it up with 5:17 to go. Off to Manning Sharif. Left side of the lane, Sharif kicks it back out up top. On the right side, ball tipped down into the corner. Back out up top. Sharif onto the near side, Demarius Taylor. 10 on the shot clock. Skips across far side. Donovan Kane from 26. Long rebound run down by Demore Pritchett. Extended possession for the Trinidad State Trojans. Drive into the heart of the lane. Pritchett, his 2. Back iron doesn't go. Keese Davis down with the rebound, his 7th of the game. 68-66 Trinidad State. 4:35 to go in the second half. Far side, Dodge Davis, top of the key. Ethan Carter onto the near side for Keese Davis. Keese off a screen, gives it off to Ethan Tyne on the far side. Tyne to Ethan Carter. He pulls up, right elbow, tickles the twine. He ties us at 68, our first tie since 2-all, 40 seconds into the ball game. Trinidad State trots up with Taylor still running point. Sharif in the high post. Backside feed, Black knocks to Taylor, then top of the key for Manning Sharif. On the far side for Trinidad State. Over to Kane, who puts up a 3 that does not go. We got a foul on the floor that will take us to the media timeout. Our final with 3:51 to go in the second half. This is anybody's ball game. 68-68. You're listening to the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's anybody's ball game to finish it up in this Region 9 tournament quarterfinal. Going into the media timeout, Parker Davis was called for the foul, but then the officials went to the monitor. Parker Davis and Manning Sharif were battling for a rebound, and the foul stays on Parker Davis. Manning Sharif will be at the line 1-1 in a 68-all ball game. So Sharif, 1-1 free throws. Trojans are 6 of 14 from the free throw line in this quarterfinal. Makes the front end. Manning Sharif, one of 3 Trojans in double figures, now has 11. Donovan Kane has 10, and Demore Pritchett 22. NJC just 2 in double figures, 26 from Keith Davis, 13 from Ethan Carter. Sharif, the second goes in as well, 70-68 Trinidad State, 3:51 remaining. Ball will walk into the front court by Keith Davis, and he will set the offense up. Keith directing traffic. Tosses it left side for Ethan Tyne, the freshman from Sterling. Back to Keith, now Dodge Davis, into Parker Davis. Inside out, Tyne, far corner for 3 in the lead. Way too strong. Donovan Kane comes down with the rebound. Demore Pritchett runs into the front court. He will set the offense up. High post pass, Manning Sharif, now covered by Ethan Carter, who came back in on the media timeout. Keith Davis rejecting the shot of Kenny Black-Knox, who is still down back. Plainsman with numbers run the floor. Keith Davis into bodies, and jump ball. Arrow goes to Trinidad State. Black-Knox never made it past half court after the Keith Davis block. I think he got kicked just below the belt line unintentionally in the midst of that scrum, as every man in the gym winces, and he will hobble out of the gym. 2:56 to go. The jump ball arrow, I believe, goes to Trinidad State. Officials conversed about going to the monitor, but never went to the monitor. So nothing in the midst of that scrum that caused Black-Knox to head off the floor. Worth reviewing. Black-Knox is replaced by Dylan Almueno, and it is Trinidad ball under 3 remaining. Ball trotted up by Demore Pritchett as he sets the offense up. Demore Pritchett trying the handoff, and he got knocked down, and Parker Davis, I believe, the guilty culprit. He's done. Parker Davis, the freshman from Georgia, fouls out with 9 points and 5 rebounds, and Brady Green will be forced on to replace him. 2:58 to go, 9th foul, so 1-1 at the line for Demore Pritchett. He knocks in the first, so he will get the second, looking for a 2-possession lead. Trojans go to Bawike in the stead of Donovan Kane. Second goes in as well. Pritchett now with 24, just 6 since halftime. Planesman run it up. Ethan Carter in the lane. Fall away from 10. Hammers back iron and does not go. Demarius Taylor down with the rebound. 2.5 to go in the second half. Running up Trinidad. They'll take their time. They can get it close to 2 before they have to shoot. Manning Sharif outside the arc. He will hand off to Demarius Taylor. He backs off now with 10 on the shot clock. Engages to Bawike. Back to Taylor, who stalls again with 5 to go. He drives to his right. Slips as he tries to pull up. He's not going to get the shot off. That is a shot clock violation. Planesman must take advantage of that miscue with 2:07 to go, down 4. Keith Davis runs it into the front court. He will set the offense up. Dodge Davis. Ethan Carter off to the far side for Keith Davis. Keith shovels it. Dodge from downtown. Rims around and will not go down. Brady Green and Ubawike tying it up. Green will extend the possession. Green on because Parker Davis fouled out. So NJC gets 20 fresh seconds thanks to Brady Green's work. And Keith Davis inbounds to the left of the hoop. Keith drops it into Ethan Carter, spins in with the left. Give it to him and 1. Third foul in the game on Manning Sharif. Can get NJC within 1 with 1:45 to go in the second half of this Region 9 quarterfinal. North Platte had a 3 to win it in quarterfinal number 3 that went off the front of the rim, and Northwest won 76-74. This one looking like it's coming down to the wire as well. Ethan Carter rattles in the and 1. Carter with 16, 72-71 Trinidad, 100 seconds to go. Ball walked into the front court for Demarius Taylor. Gives it off far side, Demore Pritchett. High post Manning Sharif, covered by Ethan Carter. Sharif swings it off to Amueno. Switch screen has Dodge Davis now on Sharif with 8 on the shot clock. Off to Demore Pritchett. Drives past Thomas. Into the lane. Blocked from behind. Ethan Carter. Rebound down. Stolen away. 3 up will not go. Sharif down with the rebound again. Trojans still with it, and Coach Folda. Oh no, he did not take his final timeout. The shot clock reset back to 30, not 20 on the offensive rebound. So it is still Trinidad ball, 1:07 to go, 72-71 after a massive Ethan Carter block was thrown away by Trevor Thomas. More defense for NJC. Manning Sharif near the top of the key. He will hand off, a drive in, and Jacoby Jones got knocked down by the official attempting to get him free of Manning Sharif, where he'd come up with the tie-up. Coach Folda stepping out and trying to corral his players to calm it down, and the officials say we're going to review. I think they're reviewing whether that was a jump ball or a foul. With 59 seconds remaining. This is every bit as great as we'd imagined it would be. A third meeting of the year between NJC and Trinidad State, and Eddie Trinkle is incensed. Keith Davis is attempting to corral him and pull him back to the bench, as is Coach Sellers. Eddie Trinkle thinks that should have been a tie-up. Now having words with the assigner and just got teed up by the officials who were all gathered at the monitor. Trinidad State went back to Kenny Black-Knox on the video review. As it was scored, I believe it was a foul called on Jacoby Jones, but the officials went to the monitor, from what I can gather, to determine if it was a foul in a one-point ball game, and this is continuing to drag on. Longer than your toddler's story as they fight bedtime. So as scored, it will be Jacoby Jones on the foul. 2 free throws for Trinidad State, but then during the dead ball exchange, Eddie Trinkle was teed up for NJC. So before the 2 free throws, it will be 2 free throws for Demore Pritchett on the technical. And Pritchett is nothing but the cords on the first. The second goes as well. And now to the line will go Demore Pritchett. So they went to the monitor to determine who was the one that was fouled by Jacoby Jones. So now the 2 foul free throws. Knocked in on the first for Demore Pritchett. And the second to try and make this a 5-point game, which he does. 28 for Demore Pritchett. 76-71, a 4-point swing at the free throw line. Keith Davis flies up the floor and draws contact. He will garner a trip to the line. The 4th foul in the contest on Kenny Black-Knox. Keith buries the first. 27 for him. He can equal Demore Pritchett for the game high if he makes the second. He does not, and Pritchett wrestles down the rebound. Trojans run it up 76-72, and they'll back out and take as much time as they can. They can milk this down near 20 seconds to go before they have to shoot. Drive off the far side from Taylor, backs out, enters into Sharif on the baseline. Backs down Keith Davis. Keith stands his ground, and Sharif travels. So Keith, with 30 seconds left, gets the turnover on Trinidad State. Planesman will inbound, and Keith Davis lets it bounce all the way to half court. He picks it up. He sets up on the right side. Threads into the lane, up for the shot off the window and in. Dodge Davis buries the bucket. Planesman within 2. NJC uses one of their final 2 timeouts to set the final bit up. Culligan has water softeners and drinking water systems available for rent. 970-427-8080. I'm going to need some water. This has been one heck of a ball game. 94-5. The Ranch has been blessed with some great ones today. A 5-point game to start the day back at 8:45 a.m. in Greeley, followed by a 2-point game and then an 8-point game, and this is a 2-point game. Trinidad State 76, NJC 74, 23.6 seconds remaining in the second half of the Region 9 tournament quarterfinals. You cannot just play defense. You have to go for a steal and then foul where Trinidad has been rough to say the least at the line. 14 of 22, much better in this second half. Inbound pass baseline from Kenny Black-Knox. He gets it in to the hands of Demarius Taylor. Jacoby Jones gets in to the body of Demore Pritchett. Plainsman bench thought there was a foul there, and then past half, Jacoby Jones will give the foul with 13 and a half seconds remaining to put Trinidad State at the line. Great defense again for NJC. They have given themselves every opportunity they possibly can. But they've not led since 2-0, 25 seconds into the game. Demarius Taylor, first time at the line tonight. Misses the first. This is still a ball game. Nobody on the line to rebound for Trinidad State. Coach Folda says, we need at least one of you. Kenny Black-Knox will step in. Second free throw for Taylor. It's good. 3-point ball game. Trinidad has a timeout left. Trinidad takes the timeout. NJC has not won a postseason game since they won it all back in April of 2021. They've been ousted in the first round in 22, 23, 24, and 25. Got the bye to the quarterfinals this year and now need some heroics. 13 and a half seconds remaining, trailing by 3 to the 4-time defending Region 9 champions. Don't necessarily need a 3, and that's good because you've not been good from downtown in the game. 3 of 11. Keith Davis, Ethan Tyne, Jacoby Jones, the 3 that have made shots from downtown. Keith has been Mr. Big Shot this year. So many tying and game-winning buckets for the sophomore from Mansfield, Ohio. You got to believe he might be the one. Coach Eddie Trinkle drew up on the whiteboard there to have the look. Plainsman down 3 with 13 and a half seconds remaining. Break the huddle. Trevor Thomas, Keith Davis, Dodge Davis, Ethan Carter, Jacoby Jones. Trinidad, Dylan Almueno, Demarius Taylor, Manning Sharif, Demore Pritchett, and Kenny Black-Knox. There is a philosophy here that maybe Trinidad would foul to prevent NJC from hitting the 3 to tie. Run of the baseline for Dodge Davis into Keith Davis with 13 seconds left. He gets it past the stripe. On the near side, Keith gives it off. Jacoby Jones for 3, and the tie does not go with 3 seconds remaining. And on the rebound, we get a foul. And that may be it for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. Keith Davis crouching back on the defensive side in fear that this is it for him in a Plainsman uniform. It has been a magical year for NJC, winning the South 20-9 on the season. Went 11-3 and won the final game to host this Region 9 tournament in Sterling. Demore Pritchett misses the first free throw with 2.3 seconds remaining. Got to make the second to finish this. Eddie Trinkle will take the timeout as he has one remaining. You have to go the length of the floor. This is not the NBA. You cannot advance on a timeout. So use the timeout here in the event of a missed free throw to try and get a toss forward. You would need a miss and then one pass to midcourt and a heave to try and win this game. You can go the length of the floor. NJC practices it all the time in less than 4 seconds. If you get momentum off the inbound pass, but this off a rebound, maybe can get to half court. Demore Pritchett with a second free throw Trinidad up 77-74 with 2.3 seconds remaining. He knocks it in. It's a 4-point game, and that's it. He misses. NJC has a heave. Trojans put Kenny Blacknox and Manning Sharif on the line. Second free throw for Demore Pritchett. He knocks it in. Planesman toss it in to Keith Davis. The half-court heave. Good if it goes. It doesn't. Trinidad State 78. NJC 74. The Plainsman's magical season comes to a close in the quarterfinals of the Region 9 tournament. We'll wrap it up on our post-game show next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back inside the Bank of Colorado Events Center, the magical season for Northeastern Plainsman basketball comes to a close. 78-74 in the quarterfinal round of the Region 9 basketball tournament. They fall to Trinidad State. I'm Ben Bleckett, joined by head coach Eddie Trinkle. I know it's sour and it's disappointing right now for you guys with the loss, but the second half effort from your team, especially from Keith Davis, has to be applauded in what he did today.
Well, I mean, these kids have done this all year. I mean, just the 100% of just giving everything they got, playing as hard as they can, and doing the things that, that other teams don't do, and that's play 40 minutes. So, we didn't hit any shots. Our offense was really stagnant today, and we still gave ourselves a shot. So
yeah, your offense struggled in the first half. What did you change at halftime? Because they looked a lot more comfortable in the second half.
Just that we wanted to get the ball moving faster. As I felt like we were just coming down and killing it on one side and just staring at the post. They gave us a bunch of early looks in the post, and I think we just got stuck on that instead of getting the ball moving and getting those same looks. Once you go from side to side to side.
You have a lot of freshmen on this team, and I think you knew they were good coming into this season. But I think this year's team might be one of the teams you've had in your 20 years here at NJC that exceeded your expectations, even as big as they were for this freshman bunch.
Yeah, these guys came out and from day one, from the very first day on campus, they played as hard as they could. I just think back and remember watching them dive into bleachers, in the Aux Gym that first week, and we're playing pickup ball, and so just being able to watch kids do that and achieve great things, we had the not only the freshman of the year, but I would say he's the player of the year in the South. Ethan Carter, who had some great moments tonight. It probably wasn't his best game. He'd probably tell you that, but he had some great moments, did some really nice things. And it's frustrating and it's disheartening that we got to go home this way. But it is what it is. I'll take full responsibility. The technical, on me at the very end, but I'm just telling you, I've never been more frustrated in a game in my life.
It was very physical.
You didn't know where the calls were going to come from and when they were going to come from, and we didn't get very many at the time, so it is what it is, but obviously, I got to be much better than that, but I'll tell you what, it was everything I could not to just, at times I wanted to just walk back to the locker room so I knew, so I wouldn't get a technical because it was so frustrating.
But you were one that has helped your young men grow in their time here in Sterling. And as these sophomores wrap up their career, we talked about them, of course, before sophomore night, did a great feature with them. How special is this bunch of sophomores to you?
It's hard. It's hard when you lose sophomores, and you just don't, in the junior college level, you get them for juniors and seniors too a lot of times, at the 4-year level, and in the junior college level you get them, 2 years if you're lucky, and it's just, tremendous group. I wish they all could have played. That would have really helped.
Yeah.
It would have given you just a little bit more, but, I think the world of like my nephew, and just what he's done for the program and just staying active no matter how hard and how tough things were for him, he stayed active with it and pushed himself, and he's still pushing himself to be better, and then you look at Keziah and he has he's leading us in every category and then he breaks his arm, I just, those things just, it's heartbreaking, but it happens. I thought Brady came a million miles, and everything that he's done for us, and just as how he wears his emotions on his shirt sleeve. He probably plays a little bit too emotional at times, but man, he gives you everything he's got. Obviously Keese, is really, he just a special player, special point guard. And then you look, and you got, Homer who comes in and just gives you everything he's got at every moment. He's big shot Homer, and we had a lot of opportunities tonight, and we just didn't quite get over the hump. I think we got it to one point a bunch of times and had the ball, and I don't remember scoring, to ever take the lead. So, but like I thought our kids, our kids battled. I'm sure in their mind right now, and I don't blame them. They're probably blaming me,
Well, and I think that the thing that you get these kids for 2, sometimes 3 years. You want them to leave here as better men, and I think they're all leaving here from better men. You've achieved that goal, right?
Yeah, for sure. And they're all going to have a chance to go play somewhere else. So they'll all have that opportunity too. So, so that's a big thing, and then just to be able to follow their careers and watch them. Progress, like I watched, I think Jalen Foy right now I think they got one loss on the year or something, and won their region and then won their conference championship too. So they're in the Division II national tournament, and we turn around and got Justin Foy. He's in the NAI national tournament, and just guy after guy after guy are still playing. And so, we're proud of those guys. Ryder's team was really good this year. I'm not sure if they're still playing or not, but I know the D2 national tournament just started, so.
Yeah, and I think that, you guys as a team, it stings right now again. I said that at the beginning, losing 78-74 to Trinidad State here. But in the end, when you look back on this season, there's going to be a lot of positive memories from this year. The great one-point wins and getting to host this tournament. You achieved something that hasn't been done in 6 years, so I think you're proud of the body of work.
Yeah, like I said, you watch these kids, and these kids, they get you past your faults as a coach because they play so hard. And they did this year. They did something, that hadn't been done in a long time, like you said. It was really special, special for the community. I'm glad the community got to watch them. I know this is depressing. It's depressing for everybody, but, it is what it is. This is college sports, especially this time of year.
Yeah, win and move on, lose and go home, and unfortunately you're on the second half of that. Coach Trinkle, I always appreciate you, win or lose, being willing to chat. I'm proud of you and your work.
Thanks, Ben.
That's Coach Eddie Trinkle. Plainsman season comes to a close, 78-74. They fall to Trinidad State tomorrow, 5 o'clock. The semifinal action will be Lamar taking on the Laramie County Community College Golden Eagles, 7 o'clock. The Trinidad State Trojans and the Northwest Trappers. A huge thank you to NJC for making it possible. Our day is done on 94.5 The Ranch and begins tomorrow morning back in Greeley. I'm going to go take a nap because I can't even call it a sleep at this point. And we'll have more high school state basketball tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to Plainsman Basketball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.